Oh, good. Good. Just the person I wanted to see.
What did you think about what you saw, Milo? What the hell was that? You're trying to convince the audience that there's something sinister going on behind the scenes. You think you won't get in trouble if it comes out of Milo's mouth instead of yours, but you're pitching him every line!
I'm good at what I do.
You do not have permission to build mistrust. This isn't some story where you, the well-meaning, irritating journalist, gets to peddle his agenda to the masses through a sob story.
I'm doing what you asked. I'm telling the Caia story, aren't I?
No, you're telling a love story. A love story which has distinctly negative undertones in regards to the authority!
You told me to make it compelling. I am making her compelling.
I did mean this, and I think you knew that.
Maybe I did. But motives will make a crime, right? Especially when there's no crime, right?
Law and order have no place in this conversation. I don't want either. I have control. When a situation is simply control versus chaos, I decide the incriminating nature of motive. Your actions were a crime against society, but are crimes against me, and I'm fresh out of tolerance. Why are you painting this as a love story?
For the truth or yes, man?
My, we are dancing on the brink, aren't we?
Clever.
Watch your step.
Honesty or ass kissing? What do you want?
Why are you painting this as a love story?
Because it's painting itself. I appreciate that you think I have the power to control love, but souls collide, with or without me.
You're setting up a martyr, building an idol for the people to worship.
Martyrs are only powerful if they're silent.
Ah! I will not have my hands tied.
Tied by the slightest chance that if something doesn't go your way, you'll collapse under the weight of a martyr that you create out of spite.
The story is told the way I want it to be told. I need a clear chessboard. I need control. I need to be able to move the story in whichever direction I want to, and I can't do that if you peg this as a love story. What are we supposed to do with it? God forbid an accident were to kill Caia. Then we would not only have one, but two victims for the world to fight for.
Milo would be a victim, no matter how I tell the story. If it doesn't end in happily ever after, you will have to fix it with the masses, not me. The damage has been done. The characters are compelling, and there already is a hint of rebellion in the way that the experiment is seen, in the eyes of the audience.
Then bring it back to an upbeat news story. Take the humanity out of it. Make the initial connection an enigma. Separate Caia from everyone else. She just needs to look like she's having a positive life. Adding emotional connections adds pawns to the chessboard. It adds obstacles that I have to take down in order to stay in control.
Life is hard. I get it. But I'm holding my end of the deal. I'm telling your Caia story.
The night is lovely.
What?
Thousands of stars twinkling right above us.
Are you having a stroke?
One of life's greatest joys is looking up into the night sky.
If you're done, I have an interview. And I'm going to do it.
You would miss these stars if this is the last time you saw them.
Thankfully it isn't. So, I don't need to worry. Goodbye.
The deal has changed.
Go on, make your threats.
The success story of Caia is critical to my political career. Your family was already a part of the bargain, but now I'm adding your life to the equation.
I'm late.
Take the romance out of the story. I don't want pet names. I don't want sweet nothings, and above all, I don't want poetry. Separate Milo and Caia. Do not allow the audience to become emotionally invested in Milo or Caia. Caia just needs to look like she's having a pleasant life.
Fine.
This is not a request. It is a promise. If the story wiggles its way out of control, I will kill you.
Fine!
If you don't, you'll die.
Get out of my shop. My guests are waiting. Hello!
Hi.
Hey. Let's keep this one quick, shall we? Ready? Going 5, 4. Hello! And welcome to this evening's check-in with Caia's story. As you all noticed, The journal entries that Milo has been saving to create this manuscript have taken a bit of a break. Here to talk about what's been happening during the hiatus, I'd like to introduce Tilly and Jet, two members of the research science team facilitating the Caia experiment. So tell us, what has it been like in a research lab?
We got to teach Caia about things that you wouldn't normally learn by reading a book.
We taught about surprise.
By jumping out of her whenever possible.
She's got a wicked left hook.
Metal knuckles.
Ouch.
We also taught about pranks.
More specifically, pranks on me.
And immense embarrassment.
Again, at my expense.
We met Jet on the Alpha Chancellor Square wearing a full-body spandex onesie.
It made me dance a freestyle rap in front of anybody who would stay to listen for longer than 30 seconds.
Which included Alpha Chancellor Caia. She was on an international meeting to talk about policy reform. Do it.
Yo, 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 you are so dope, but you're also probably busy, yo.
He almost went to jail.
The whole thing was streamed live back to Caia and Tana at the lab.
Oh, Tana was so embarrassed for him. She could only speak to him in half giggles for a week every time she saw him.
It was the actual worst.
We also taught about compassion.
More like pity.
Caia's been extremely busy then. She hasn't had time for Milo?
Well, I wouldn't say that. They're practically inseparable.
After month 5, we had to convince Gideon to let us set up a cot for Milo in Caia's quarters. He refused to leave her, and she would have a meltdown every time we tried to send him home.
So we just did better if he stayed.
The floor is made of titanium steel.
Not very comfortable.
Not very comfortable at all.
Are the two of them treating each other differently?
Absolutely.
Kind of lost experience.
Absolutely.
So there's distance between them.
Well, I wouldn't say that. The moment Milo said he'd be there for her, he was.
They talk for hours and hours.
About people and art and culture, music and dreams.
Oh yeah, she started dreaming after month 8.
We didn't even think she could do that.
Is she behaving differently?
Totally.
She started speaking in colloquialisms. She started using Milo's vernacular. Oh, yeah, Milo. Oh,
Instead of speaking solely to convey information, she started using her language as a way to express herself emotionally as well.
Does she speak to everyone like that?
Well, she speaks to Tana like that. She always speaks to Milo in this new, playful way.
Unless she's uncomfortable.
Unless she's uncomfortable.
Stop it!
But with us, she's playful and polite. She isn't static like the AI recordings that we studied for this experiment.
But it isn't easy and comfortable with us either.
Just with Tana and Milo.
Just with loved ones.
Why is her language just remarkable anyway?
Caia is connecting.
Caia is becoming human.
Right then.
I think I had a dream last night.
Why do you think so?
It was dark, and the light seemed to start coming on.
In the room?
No. In my head.
What did you see?
It began very blue.
Why was it blue?
It wasn't real.
What did you see?
It began very blue. There was a soft and sweet light that began to the west. I know logically that the sun rises to the east. My unconscious mind must have been operating creatively. Though it was incorrect, I couldn't look away. It was so real. I smelled something. The smell was musky and harsh. It burned my nose and caused my eyes to water. My eyes found a grove of magnolia and orange trees. The magnolia was sweet and heavy, but the oranges that had fallen from the tree had begun to die. The smell of death hurt me. Its sting was a reminder of the life I've already lost. Once vibrant, so vibrant. Now, less than a memory. One day gravity took hold of me and pulled me to the ground. Life is temporary. A breeze came from the east. It began blowing the perfume of decayed blossoms across my cheek and away into the morning. The smell was a reminder of the lavishness of life that was ripped away from me. I did not belong there. This was not where I was supposed to be. Overcome with sadness, I turned my back on my past. I turned to leave. As I spun, and as the trees faded from view, the smell on the breeze changed. I smelled what I could only describe as salt water. I had never smelled it before, but it made me think of a picture I had seen. For the life of me, I can't seem to remember when I had seen this picture. Why couldn't I keep my own memories I had earned? Why had they gone? The salt water made me think of a hidden sea grove in the Mediterranean. Someplace secret. Heaven. A mix of spices. Bergamot and deepwood. And salt water. I don't understand how, but I recognized it. You were bergamot and teakwood, my love. Stop! You do not have to say anything. This is not a conversation. This is a singular moment in time. For this moment, I am going to pretend to be real. All you have to do is listen. Please hear me before I forget my courage. The sun shone on my face for the first time. From my creation, I have been cold. My skin is cold. My face is cold. My hands are cold. My feelings cold. Everything inside of my caged life thrives alone in a wintry chill. Unable to express myself, I am stagnant in this chill. Never allowing myself to dream of warmth. Never looking for a reason to feel something, to feel anything. My hiding place, though never comfortable, has always been my home. My prison is my home. I have been designed to shy away from warmth, and yet somehow it is the only thing I crave. My only desire. A hand in mine, the glint of the sun, the heat of a heartbeat. I don't want to be alone anymore. I want to be alive. In my dream, I looked to the right and I saw the sea. It was wide and wild, though the edges were calm. It was almost a perfect metaphor. There were glimmering fish and reeds that swayed. There was this entire world full of life and breathtaking things just out of reach. You were standing alone on the shore. Your eyes were the lovely brown they would be in the sun. obligation. You were just you. And I was just me. We stood there in the sun-kissed sand, our toes sinking in side by side. The sun beamed on my cheek, slowly melting me. This one thing I wanted, this one and only desire, it terrified me. I couldn't catch my breath. I felt like I was moments away from sinking into the sun-kissed sands I had adored moments before. Then you smiled, and you looked right at me. There was no second guessing, no hesitation, nothing. Your determined eyes and me sinking into the sand. You looked at me, and suddenly something happened. A fire spread to every centimeter of my chest. A momentary spark with a bright fear. A powerful, undeniable pull began to unceremoniously shatter these frozen hugs and the icy wheels, ripping them away. This prison, this cold, unfeeling, dead, man-made cage, it fell away. And nothing more astonishing than a look in the comfortable and familiar eyes I have looked upon 1,000 times. May the power to set me free. Without warning, I realized I was standing in broad daylight. I was exposed. I was vulnerable. There was nowhere to hide. There was no place to pretend I had to be. With heart racing, one thought galloped through my mind. What could you possibly think of me as I melted away right in front of you? No longer protected. It took me 4 seconds to realize I did not feel afraid. 1, you looked at me. 2, I melted. 3, I was free. 4, I was alive. Bergamot and teakwood. Life is temporary.
4 seconds.
Everything is already determined. I wonder what we are when we haven't been created through an inherent bias. I wonder what I would have been, who I would have been, who I should have been. I don't want everything to be blue. I don't want everything to be cold. I want you to break through me and seize my soul. I want you to love me because I just can't help loving you. There's nothing I can do except dream and dream and dream. And I want you. I can't stand another second in this prison with you on the other side of the bars. I want you. I want you. I want a new life for us.
Then let's make one. I love you, Caia.
Bergamot and teakwood.
I've been doing some research.
Anything interesting?
Yeah, I actually, I think I know who Caia was. I think I found her.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not.
Why do you think so?
Before Guardian Laboratories was Guardian Laboratories, it was a highly secretive operation known as RM Chemistry Laboratory. It was massively funded by the Chancellor at the time. It was the sole producer of the system block medication. Remember that whole fiasco?
Yeah, the government basically medicated all of the sectors to try to keep them under control. Until the rebels somehow got inside of the operation and reversed it.
Right, the power shakeup happened when a lab assistant decided that she wanted to get onto the inside. She got into the mind of someone named Stephen. He was the husband of the medication's inventor.
Into his
It
life.
must have worked because somehow she ends up with the full rights to the formula.
Why do you think that this woman is Caia?
This all happened during the reign of that demented chancellor who had volunteered all of those people to be cryogenically frozen all those years ago. The Chancellor targeted the most notable young scientists of the time.
Science is so much easier to control than people.
Exactly. Her plan worked, or whatever, but in all the articles I've read about this mess, there seems to be an undertone in the press.
Undertone?
The articles all seem to suggest that the scientists who she had frozen were simply people who she wanted to get rid of.
And this lab assistant?
Was being investigated for the disappearance of the Chancellor's little sister.
Why?
This little sister was the original inventor of the system block medication and this woman's lab partner.
There's so many speculations here. There's so much guessing. Why do you think that this woman here is
There's
Caia?
an old picture here in this file from when the press was initially running the missing persons case. She's turned to the side, but I'm willing to bet money that this woman is Caia.
What's her name?
May.
That's kind of insane.
No, it isn't. It's actually very easy to believe.
Okay, so what? What if Caia is this May person?
It would be so cool if any of those memories were still in there. What if all she needs is a reboot?
Yeah, I don't think
I want to hear the story. I want to know if she really did it.
Did what?
Single-handedly pulled off the biggest shakedown against the government in history.
The story is so riddled with propaganda through the sectors that there's no way of knowing for sure what even happened. And even if it did, I don't think that it'd be the smartest idea to awaken the rebel leader in Caia. I think that we should keep our heads down and let May's name be forgotten.
Tana, there had to have been some reason why
Jet.
they risked everything to take a stand
Jet.
against the government. Nowadays, you don't
Jet.
fight someone that powerful.
Jet.
That's ruthless. You just let it happen, and you try to stay out of the way.
Yes!
What if May had the right idea?
Her name is Caia now.
Don't you want to know?
It's really inappropriate.
You want to know.
I am curious.
Okay, so say we could jumpstart her memories. How would we get to the center of her memory?
If there's a memory in there at all.
If there's a memory in there at all.
Who is this Stephen guy?
The inventor's husband. Her partner's husband.
The file suggests that there's something going on there.
Yeah.
Something romantic?
Yes.
I want to say once more that I feel like we're playing with... I don't know. I feel like we're playing with fire over here. I mean, I feel like we're walking on thin ice. I mean, if we were going to design an experiment, and if I were going to hypothesize an experience that could somehow jog her memory, if we both agree that no one, and I mean no one, would find out about this, I suggest that we try to recreate a memory of Stephen. See if that helps her remember.
Yes!
Oh, this is a bad idea. Is there any info on him in that file?
He was being studied by a chancellor-appointed psychiatrist. They said he kept mentioning music every time he dreamt of this May woman. Awake or asleep, every memory I'll keep deep in a dream of you.
Sinatra.
Just stand there.
Ooh, tell Caia that we're going to play an imagination game. You remember the one that we played with Tilly? She seemed to really enjoy that one.
Done.
Oh, come on. I feel like we're playing with fire a little bit here.
Yeah, I know. Fire is awesome.
True. But this is very, very against the law. Not to mention, Tilly will be here soon, and I don't think that she would react too positively to this whole idea. I mean, ethics aside, I don't think that Tilly would appreciate trying, saying you try to recreate a dream of Caia, especially one that hints at romance.
Please, Tilly knows me well enough to know that I'm head over heels for her. This is strictly professional, scientific curiosity. I'm not trying to cheat or anything.
And who is Tilly's older sister? What would she do?
Tilly hates the chancellor.
It doesn't matter. Tilly's an emotional person.
And?
When you play with feelings, someone always gets hurt. Someone always gets hurt. This has to be a secret.
Okay. Deal.
If you want to do this, we have to do this now.
Let's go. Hey there, Caia. Oh, okay. Hey there, Caia.
Hello, Jeff.
Oh my god. I want to play an imagination game.
Oh, good. What are we pretending?
I think you'll recognize it.
Will there be music?
Of course.
You are shivering.
Oh, damn. I forgot my coat. Tana, I forgot my coat!
You can borrow Milo's jacket. He left it on the chair when we went to visit his office this afternoon.
Oh, you don't think he'll mind?
No, Milo is wonderful. He would not mind sharing with you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Can we imagine now?
Sure. Hey, Tana, can you turn on the track, please?
I got you.
Okay, Caia. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine that you're being visited by someone in a dream. He's tall, dark, and handsome, and you're falling in love with him. Are you ready?
I'm always ready to fall in love.
That is a great answer. The scene begins, and it is dark. Are your eyes closed?
Yes, my eyes are closed.
The man sits alone on a couch, smoking a cigarette. A stunning woman walks into the room slowly. She looks across the haze to see him staring right back at her, right through her. His eyes seem to bury themselves in her very soul. Instead of shying away, she approaches, one step at the pace of a slow heartbeat, followed by a few more. She seems to float right past the tapestries on the wall, the sconces lit with blue. This isn't real. As she breathes into the room, the person that she dreams herself to be, no longer stagnant, no longer frozen, but the character she plays in her waking hours. In her eyes, the coals of the slow, burning fire pull her cheeks, her soft lips into a smile. Seeing him reminds her that everything is exactly as it should be. You're in this secret. You're in this wondrous dream. She spins once, flaring her skirt with a turquoise light, the moon gleaming blissfully on the windowsill. Reaching out to him, as if to reach across time, across space, daring the world that she left behind to look down on her. She releases her inhibitions into the night. Taking her hand in his, he presses his lips to the top of it, using his kiss to break the space between them. Such a sight would put shame to the glorious romances of the poets. These two in the moonlight, hidden away in paradise, studying the features of each other's faces, making a memory that could never be lost. The pair dances in their own heaven. As the rhythm moves her, she realizes that it's more peaceful than she has ever been outside of this dream. This is utopia. She's the only real thing in his life. He wraps you up in his arms, and the two of you continue to spin in the mist, in the shadows, listening to the music of your souls.
Stephen.
What?
Nothing. Keep going.
He is so in love with you, it almost hurts. What's wrong? Did I step on your foot? I'm sorry, Caia. I didn't mean to step on.
Bergamot and teakwood.
What?
You are wearing Milo's jacket.
Yeah, I know.
Milo wears bergamot and teakwood.
I know.
I don't want to pretend anymore.
Oh. I'm sorry, Caia. I didn't mean any harm or anything. Are you okay?
Yes. Yes, I am perfectly fine. I realized I do not want to be dancing with you. Do you know where Milo is? I need to tell him something.
You don't want to be with anyone else?
No. Just Milo.
No one you know? Nothing with your past or anything?
Nope. Just Milo. Bergamot.
Huh. Well, I guess I really misread the situation. I could have sworn I was seconds away.
I choose Milo. I choose what is real. I don't want everything to be blue. Jeff, thank you for playing pretend with me. I've learned something about myself today. You gave me something far more valuable than any imagination game. I know what my heart wants.
Does he make you happy?
Milo is the love that I've lost.
Lost?
Milo is what love should have been. Should be. Do you know where he is? I need to tell him something.
He should be back this evening.
Good.
Well, I guess that's it. As long as you don't need anything. Tilly's going to be here soon, and I'm supposed to be taking her out to dinner tonight. But I should be back to check up on you again later this evening. What is this?
I don't know.
watching that?
No, I forgot that it was my turn to check the voting's thermometers. What happened?
Well, she seemed to be diving in first, and I thought we were definitely going to unlock the rebel in there. But she dropped everything when she thought about Milo. I mean, everything changed. She went from being someone who wanted to live in a dream to being somebody who wanted to live her dream out in the open. She wants to be real so she can be one. I think she might love him.
That's kind of beautiful, don't you think?
Yeah, it kind of is.
So, you didn't see May then?
I'm not sure that it matters. Who May was is not who Caia is.
That's one of the beauties about being human, isn't it? The ability to change, to redefine. Caia is everything we wanted her to be.
Caia is real.
No, damn it. You put me through the collar. Don't give me some excuse that is reserved for people that she doesn't want to talk to. I am still someone's priority. Yes, I'll hold. I need you to get here as soon as you can. It's important. Get here now.
It took longer than I thought, but I knew you'd call me sometime. What's wrong? What do you need me to clean up?
Everything's ruined.
Aren't you having a good time?
No.
Something wrong with the experiment?
We made her too real. We,
Caia.
she gets whatever she wants. That's what's wrong. We're bringing something dead back to life. That's what's wrong with this whole thing. She's just so special. Everyone wants her. No one can see her for what she truly is. Of course.
What happened?
You play games. We all do. Everyone plays little games. You call them politics. We call them experiments. But at the end of the day, they're games. And you know what? With every game, there's a winner and a loser. And this isn't a game I wanted to play. I didn't roll the dice on this one. I got dragged in. How does this happen to me? How do I always lose? How does she get into his head? Everything's ruined.
Kelly.
I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I mean, passion, love, joy. The only next logical step would be desire, wouldn't it? Everyone wants what they can't have. You know what I can't have?
I need more information.
Caia! I would. She wished we left her where we found her. She wished that.
Did someone hurt you?
Everyone wants to gamble with feelings around here. Let's just see what happens. Because you know what happens when you play with feelings? Someone gets hurt. Someone always gets hurt.
Jealousy? You called me down here because you're jealous of a hunk of metal?
It's deeper than that. This isn't petty or whiny. This is something that can ruin me. She isn't a hunk of metal. She's smarter than that. She's a hateful, twisted little witch. I just wanna.
You saw her with.
His hands around her waist. Their fingers tangled together. It's burned into my head. What the hell did he think he was doing?
Why did you call me here?
You know what happens when you play with feelings? Someone gets hurt.
Why did you call me
Someone
here?
else needs to be hurt. Don't you understand? I've been hurt my entire life. Every time you came up with your next astounding and brilliant idea, you know who suffered? Me. I suffered me. And I didn't give a shit about it until right now. Right now, I refuse to be the one who loses. Right now, I'm throwing his baby so jokingly waved in front of my face. Shut it down. Send these monsters back where they came from. I need you to shut it down and cover it up so I can never remember this happened.
I'm not going to step in just to boost your ego. I need more of a reason than hurt feelings to throw a wrench in my plans.
Say she was a rebel. Say that she would she was somehow magically able to connect, she wouldn't be able to remember names or faces or anything. I don't care. Make up a story. Be on my side. What exactly do you expect me to do? I want this to have never happened. I want Caia, the real Caia, to be erased. Send her away. Make her pay for what she has done. Please. Jealousy is ugly. End it! You're learning to love me. I love you more and more every day. I've enjoyed the tape so far. The silly people of this world want drama. You've truly given something this whole world would want to see. Caia is quite convincing. It's all thanks to you.
Of course it is. For me, she was nothing more than a corpse. I created her. Made her so.
Fine, fine.
I don't like how much humanity she has. I prefer to have more control.
Of course you would. You and I have that in common.
Caia has served her purpose and has become a positive advertisement for the cryogenics program you're proposing. The next stage would be to integrate her into society and move forward with different test subjects.
Actually, I've changed my mind about her future. Caia is not human. She has no rights. She won't live out her life in the community. She certainly won't be a citizen. Why not? Like I said, something changed my mind about Caia. Allowing her to thrive would be a legal headache on a monumental scale. The human rights protesters would be up in arms against the religious fanatics who would be calling her an abomination. It's a nightmare I'm not interested in sampling.
Why are people going to volunteer for a cryogenics program if there won't be a future for them?
My sweet Gideon. Oh, you didn't think they were volunteering, did you? Oh, no. They're not volunteering. They're being volunteered. The citizens of this world fall into two categories: commodities and liabilities. This highly costly publicity stunt isn't for the citizens. It is for the weaker world leaders who do not realize that the pinnacle accomplishment is control. This stunt softens the blow. The leaders of the world have to look at the mass extinction of the lower class through rose-colored glasses.
Sugarcoating murder.
No one needs to know for certain what the future holds. They'll make their decisions without truly considering the consequences. They just need to be swept up in flashy propaganda, a new life, a new world. By the time they realize, it'll be too late. The blame can fall on my shoulders if it wishes. I'll have lived my life in control. It will not matter what they write about me in the analogs of history.
This would shock conventional people.
Yes, but you're not conventional, are you? You're extraordinary.
In theory, your plan makes perfect sense.
It does.
Well, if we're speaking candidly, I share my distaste with the idea of being responsible for Caia's experiment comes to a close.
And get rid of the waste. Find a tidy way and get rid of Caia before the duty of her well-being falls on your shoulders. Interesting. This can't come back to us, you understand? Find a tidy way to get rid of her. Make it an asset, will you?
Whatever you say, you pay the bills.
It's nice that we see eye to eye.
I'm growing tired of Caia. I'm much more interested in another experiment I've been working on for some time.
Stay on track with furthering my agenda. Watch them closely. Never lose control. Anything else is your business. Destroy her as you please.
Consider it done.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, I do. Come here.
Caia's coming along flawlessly.
Yes, she's very interesting. Kana, it's time to move in a new direction.
Okay, what's that?
It's Caia's time to experience death.
Death? Why?
Death is the most efficient way to expose the bare soul. Death exploits the raw truth. Any piece of Caia that's still hidden away will be forced into light.
Well, you already showed her loss. Why would we kill someone or something around her? The results would be the same. There's no point.
You misunderstand.
No, I didn't. We're going to give Caia the chance to see death.
We're not going to kill something or someone near Caia.
We're going to show her a video of people dying.
No!
Well, that kind of covers all the bases, doesn't it?
Think about it, Tana.
Tell me you weren't saying what I think you're saying.
Caia's gonna die.
No!
Don't you dare say no to me!
I am putting my foot down!
Putting your foot down? Who do you think you are? You were nothing before I made you something. I gave you work. I gave you purpose.
You have been grooming me to be a murderer! God knows that you would never carry the plan out yourself. You have never gotten your hand shooting up once in your life. You hide behind this hubris, this arrogant persona, and yet you've never not once suffered for your own work.
You don't have a say in this matter.
Don't you feel anything? Remorse, responsibility.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth right now. You were nothing once, and I can make you nothing again if you disobey.
Why would you do this? How could you do this?
Caia has become a festering wound. A thorn in my side has begun to rot. She's seeping my time, my energy, my resources that I can no longer allow to continue simply because you feel some sort of weak, obnoxious bond with her. She isn't real. She is not real. You feel pity for her being locked up in these walls when in reality, you live your life voluntarily caged. You wanted to believe that you were a better person, that you were a dreamer, but you're not. You're just a stupid, stupid girl. She's my experiment, not yours. She's my creation, not yours, and she's mine to do it as I please, not yours. You do not have the right to reject.
Of course I do. I absolutely do. I am just as much part of this experiment as you did. What gives you the right to play God?
Right? I need a claim. I need some emotionally charged, morality-based reasoning.
Yes!
Each day I wake up and look at my own creation and see flaws and its faults. They're not my faults. They're faults that have been learned. Flaws that have been internalized because of the downfalls of humanity. They are done sins, which have been demonstrated to her by her caregivers. I look upon the failed experiment and I imagine my creation would be able to learn balance of morality. Good girls do what they're told.
You are a tyrant.
Morality is for the ignorant, the spineless, and the weak. It's for those who are less than. It's a safety blanket which drops the mediocre and an ego-stroking false sense of worth. If only I am moral, it matters not that I am worthless.
Disagreeing doesn't make someone weak.
I'm ordering you to be extraordinary. I demand that you live up to the path of excellence that I've set before you to take. You insist on forcing your hand not to reach forward and take the price you earned because of this miserable and self-inflicted guilt you've thrown upon yourself. Grow up! I demand that you are greater than the chronic failure that plagues mankind. What gives me the right to play God? I play God because I am God!
We are knowingly causing harm.
Caia is mine.
It's murder!
It isn't real.
We have spent the past 5 years teaching Caia what it means to be human. This is a program for which all intents and purposes classify her as a human. We can't just end it all because you are bored.
Dying is the most human thing we can do.
Milo, come quick!
What's wrong?
Gideon decided to end the experiment.
She can't.
Please, we don't have much time.
Caia. Dr. Gideon. I don't often come to visit you, Caia. No, you do not. I have something important to tell you, and I need you to listen carefully. I am listening. As I'm sure you know, this experiment was always going to come to an end. You're ending the experiment? I am. You're setting me free? In a way. There are so many words that need to be said. There are so many things I need to do. I have lived my life for this moment. Yes, you have. When will that happen? When will I be free? It's 11 p.m. now. You'll be free before midnight. I cannot wait to tell Milo. You know, I'd be surprised if Tana hadn't already told him. Is he on his way? I'm sure he'll want to say goodbye. Goodbye? The experiment is ending. Good. You understand. Someone has manipulated
have gracefully acclimated yourself to human mannerisms is remarkable, but not unique to you. It's simply my own expertise and talent. You are very impressive. I understand why you are so admired. I knew that you would reject. I still love the life. You received more of a life than you deserved. You were nothing more than a corpse, and I gave you a second chance. It's only fair that you were returned to exactly what you were when I found you. You're nothing but cold. Cold must eventually give way to heat. Snow is melted by fire, night is warmed by day. Sunrise is coming at a constant pace, and you only stand in its way. It's time to end this. That was almost poetic. This was almost poetic. My last piece of advice to my creation: don't leave anything unsaid. If you're saying goodbye, you may as well say everything. Be brave.
Caia? Caia.
Be brave. This isn't how I wanted to tell you. These aren't the words I wanted to say. I tried to manipulate things in the moment. The way I hold you. The way I memorize your face. I whisper this truth to you. You just have to hear me. I say all I want to you. Just listen. Every
No more cameras, no more interviews, just you and me. This has been the best year of my life.
Yes, let's go now. If we leave now, we can be at the coast in time for a sunrise. I'd love to see the sunrise.
Caia, what are you waiting for?
It must be all the excitement.
What's wrong?
I'm feeling a little faint.
Well, you have plenty of time for us in the car. Here, take my hand.
My arms feel heavy.
It's just anticipation, my love. Feeling a little warm. Just adrenaline, I think.
Milo, help me to the chair.
Your cheeks are flushed.
I don't feel like myself.
Your hands are warm.
I'm tired. Why don't we rest and we'll leave in the morning?
Your hands are warm.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Wait, don't do that. No. The temperature's rising. Tana, let us out.
Tana's come to see us off. That is very kind.
Tana, open the door.
I can't! Milo, someone is operating an override program on all of the systems. I can't control anything! Don't touch it!
I'm feeling very tired.
Caia, don't fall asleep! Don't fall asleep!
The temperature's rising. I can't cool her down. There's nothing I can do.
Milo,
No, Caia, I'm gonna get us out.
you and I,
Tana,
we're running out of time.
go, get help, run.
Milo,
No, we have a lifetime to talk. I need to think.
Milo,
No,
please come here.
I won't.
And I'll come to you.
Caia, no.
It was too good to be true.
I'll kill Gideon. She can't do this now that we finally found each other. I hate her.
My love, you need to listen to me.
Don't say goodbye.
Don't leave your ears filled with hatred. It's all too short when I'm gone. Live your life chasing sunrises, feeling the warmth on your cheek, falling in love.
With you, Caia, my life was meant to be lived by your side.
I know now what all those poets are writing about. That blissful point in which you dreamed us all. I love you.
You can't leave me here without you.
Who wants to live forever anyway?
No, Caia, here, I wrote you something, and you need to hear it.
Sing it to me when you sleep. Awake or asleep. Every memory you keep. Deep in a dream.
Do not say goodbye!
Write me well in your book, Milo. Tell our story as it was meant to be told. Tell how we fell in love and left this life together. How we lived out our years hand in hand. Make the people understand life is not meant to be silence. We're not born to be controlled. Write the words, my love.
I love you, Caia. I love you.
Don't leave anything unsaid. You break me. Alas, I am more.
Hours passed, maybe days. The cold returned. The icy tears pierced my cheeks with the chill of a beach without her. When I had the courage to stand, I left Caia with a final kiss and walked away without looking back. Only looking forward to a lifetime of dreams where we would meet again. Dr. Gideon made a passionate speech to the press once a story leaked out about a glitch in the technology, which caused the temperature to rise so unexpectedly. I couldn't help wondering if it was always going to end this way. It isn't right. This isn't right! This time it's too far. When you play with feelings, someone always gets hurt. My producer is telling me there is something wrong with the connection. We'll be losing our broadcast signal in just a few minutes. Milo, you mentioned many times in your book that Caia asked you to write her a poem. She loved words, and she wanted more than anything to hear your soul. I understand that you did write that poem for Caia. As your millions of fans will remember, you never included your final poem in your book.
I should have given it to her sooner.
Do you remember it?
Every word.
Give it to her now, Milo.
That I could call the day with but a whisper of your beauty. 100 bright sunrises would burst to life, free from shadows and beaming as a light in your eyes. That I could give you the world with might of love alone,
The universe would stretch out endlessly beneath your feet. And yet, the syllables I read, the poems about which you have dreamed, they shatter as I write. Idealized in glass coffins, they have withered away, basking in the glow of your adoration, suffocated in a beautiful cage. In place of embellished phrases, contrived alliterations, in place of poetry. I want you to know how my soul speaks. These are my hidden words. Life is temporary, and still this moment will never end for me. We abide in the final seconds as the sunbeam meets the horizon to kiss the waves goodnight. The brazen heat of dying day overwhelms the sea in an unadulterated glow for the last time until both are submerged in darkness. Temporary. Looking out on the sea, I do not dream of you. I am not distracted by the cliffs in your eyes or the cage surrounding your heart. I am not deceived by the fairy tale of who you pretend to be. I look forward, ever forward, unabashedly at who you are. I will never look into the night with longing heart, beg the moon for dreams. I will never look into the sky and wait for the stars. Temporary, I will grasp your hand, breathe in the salt water, burning my eyes with the truth, reminding me that this is real. Temporary. I will wait for my feet to be buried in the sun-kissed sand, forbidding retreat. Tremblingly, I give my life to be wrapped in your words that emerge from coveted lips. Each hour will stretch to days, and each day to years, making each moment an eternity with you. In this world where life rushes to its close, I beg of you to blur my edges, live in the sunbeams, kiss, cherishing our stolen moments in a rushing free fall. With reckless abandon, I am telling you in my inadequate way the only poetry you need to hear. In a crushing and ferocious way that pulls me to my knees, I love you. I am never going to stop loving you. 1, you smiled at me. 2, I melted. 3, we were free. 4, we are alive. 4 seconds, all of my life condensed. 4 seconds, life is temporary. Where are you going?
We whispered a story that cannot be silenced.
Where are we going?
Stargazing.
It's over then?
What have you done?
I've done what I'm entitled to do. I destroyed that which I created.
Why? What was the point?
We don't live in a fairy tale. Dreams don't come true, and most stories do not have a happy ending.
Caia didn't deserve to die.
All humans crawl or are dragged to their death. Deserving is not a consideration. We all die watching Caia.
There are still experiences left unless you can even finish your study.
That is not true.
This wasn't what was supposed to happen.
The subject of my study has taught me so much documenting. My subject has fulfilled her purpose. She's experienced everything on my list.
Your list? Fuck your list! I'm not gonna be playing your stupid game anymore!
You'll play as long as I wish. This isn't a discussion.
I'll tell everyone what I really saw! There's no gift in hell I'll ever keep my mouth shut!
I'll shut it for you.
Oh, go ahead and try.
Read it! Read the list!
Betrayal. What is this?
Caia became dangerous. She had to be terminated. What a disappointment my creations have become.
What is this?
Don't feel too bad, Connie. There were 2 bodies found that day.